Hi, everyone, and welcome to TWF Friday Night Smackdown. I am Michael Cole, here with Autolygus, the King of Thieves, and with Wade Barrett. And today on Friday Night Smackdown, we are going to see the TWF Women's Heavyweight winnings on stake when Asuka, the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter, will be on the show here today, Michael Cole says. Yes, we will, Autolycus says. Asuka, who is now, at least we could say at least now, a four-time TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. She won it, and she's been holding it ever since then, Autolycus says. Well, that's right, Wade Barrett said. This isn't the same Asuka that everybody knew over the years. The Asuka that cared about onlook, or kindness, or goodness. This is the Asuka that doesn't give a shit and only cares about herself, and as long as being the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. That's the Asuka we should have always had, Wade Barrett says. I can't stand up now. Alright, fuck, if I gotta get on the way and she's gonna fall over, watch. Shit. Alright, now where's the bag? As you'll know, I'm insane. Probably gonna knock her over, watch. Well, shit. Shift. Alright. Stop being crooked. As you know, I'm the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. And I won this at least 4 times. And I know some folks out there are going to make a big deal. Some folks think that, oh, I was besmirched. You know. That, shit. Fuck. That I was besmirched, that the TWF and WWE weight blown, fucked me over. We hear all the things all the time. That I'm not the same woman I was after I take my loss in 28 between YL, both in WWE and in the TWF. But if that is the held belief, and I've been in the TWF since the end of 26 between YL, and I've been in WWE since 25th between YL. And a lot of folks thought I wouldn't make it. A lot of folks thought that, oh, Asuka, you're on NXT, great. Oh, you're on you're on Raw now, they're gonna fuck you up. Oh, you're on SmackDown, they fucked you up. You're on Raw again, you got fucked up. You're on SmackDown again, you got fucked up. How did I get fucked up if I'm supposedly a full-time WWE Women's Heavyweight Fighter? At one time, WWE Women's World Heavyweight Fighter. A 3-time WWE Tag Team Fighter with Kairi Singh, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss. A Gald and a Boundary winner, a Kingly Thunder winner. So how did I get fucked over? Oh, because I lost my unbeaten streak. That's why you thought I got fucked over. I'm a TWF Heavyweight Fighter, 4-time TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter, and I am also a 5-time TF Women's Tag Team Fighter, 2-time TF 24/7 Fighter. So you folks seem to think that I got fucked over. Well, I'm not. But I'm telling any woman wrestler who thinks that I'm not the same Asuka I once was, that I've been besmirched. Well, I don't want you to come out here and say that to my ear and think that you're going to take away my TWF Women's Heavyweight winnings off of me. Because I can't do anything about the past. But all I can do is about the upcoming. Well, it's Maurice Mazinian, the two-time WWE, two-time women's world heavyweight fighter. Back when it was known as the main women's heavyweight winnings, when it was from 2008 YL to about 2010 YL or so, 23rd between YL. Well, Oscar, I'm one of those women who thinks that you're not the same, that you're not the same woman you once were, that you had your big time when you were on top, both in WWE and in the TWF, but that time came and went. Yeah, after you took your loss to Charlotte Flair in 28 between YL and that unbeaten streak that ran from 25th between YL until 28 between YL came to an end, you were never ever the same. And when you lost to John Cena in 28 between YL and your unbeaten streak in the TWF came to an end, yeah, you're never the same again. Yeah, is that so? Well, guess what? Who has the winnings, bitch? You don't. And you can talk about how you were a former two-time women's world heavyweight fighter back in 2008 YL and again back in 2009 YL if you want to. But you haven't done nothing in W since then or in the TWF since then either. And we don't need Gil Kim out here to make the match. We just need a fight keep. We just need a match keeper. Well, this is for stand up. What the fuck is wrong with you? Just stand up. There you go. This is for the TWF Women's Heavyweight Winnings. First, she is Maurice Mazinian, or Maurice Cortetti, and she is the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter, Asuka. Well, keep in mind, Michael Cole said that Maurice hasn't really won anything except those things. And now, and now Maurice, or Maurice Cortetti, or Maurice Mazinian, whatever you want to call her, Michael Cole says, is now in a bind right now. She just got body slammed by Asuka, the Kaiserin of tomorrow. Yep. Asuka is still calling herself the Kaiserin of tomorrow, Tolika says, and she's daring any woman to tell her unlike. Well, Wade Barrett said, you see, the bind with Asuka is a lot of folks think that she's besmirched, wounded goods. They no longer think she was the woman wrestler that she once was. They think she was besmirched, buried. You know, that's their held belief. And Asuka just dropped down Maurice. But that's their held belief, Wade Barrett says. At the end of the day, there is no truth, you know, to back it up. There is no, you know, any way to back, there is no truth to back it up. So Maurice Mazinian knocked down Asuka, and the Fight Lord just fell down on her too. And Maurice Mazinian believes that she will be that woman wrestler, or woman fighter, or woman overstar to beat Asuka, Michael Cole says. At the end of the day, she thinks she is ready for Asuka. But I don't think she is, Michael Cole says. Well, Tolika said, yeah, she is the wife of Michael Mazinian, the Miz, whatever he wants to call himself. And he's done a lot, both in WWE and TWF. But I don't know if she will has the skill to beat Asuka. I mean, she hasn't wrestled in years except those tag matches she had with her husband, but they were mostly seen as one-offs. And she'll get ready to do it now. Asuka just spit right in her ear and just knocked her down. Michael Cole says, "No," Wade Barrett said. "Maurice, you can't lose to Asuka. No way. You can't let the Mizinian Kin down. You can't let the Miz down. No, you can't let your two daughters down either," Wade Barrett said. Ding, ding, ding. Oh. Here is your winner, and still the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter, Asuka. And all wrestlers in the TWF have one bind. They always fall down in the ring. That's been going on since between 93 YL, when the TWF first got started by Vincent and Shane Kamiki. Michael Cole says, "Yes, it has," Wade Barrett says, "but I'm truly sad that Maurice did not beat Asuka and did not become the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. I truly believe that was a sad thing. I guess Maurice was not ready for Asuka. The Kaiser on tomorrow," Wade Barrett says. "Well, I can tell you one thing," Atalica said. Maurice Mazinian has nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing to be guilted over. Nothing to be slighted over. She had a good match. She had a good fight. She brought it. It's just at the end of the day, Asuka was the greater woman," Atalica says. "Well, you could be right about that," Michael Cole said. That Asuka was the greater woman in this match, this fight here today on Friday Night Smackdown. And before we go, Gorilla Monsoon now is going to be talking with Asuka. "Alright, Michael Cole, I'm going to be talking with Asuka here today on Friday Night Smackdown. Asuka, you are now a four-time TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. However, the way you've been behaving yourself, all the things you have said and done, does not really make you a good fighter now, does it?" "Well, Gorilla Monsoon, this is the true me. You see, all those years when I was being good, from 25th between YL to about 29 between YL, when I was being good again from 2020 YL to about 2023 YL, didn't get me anywhere. This is the true me. I'm back on my winning ways. I'm back to being the evil Kaiserin of tomorrow, and no woman need be a wrestler or fighter or overstar or whatever you want to call us. Sports glee women, I don't know. Anyway, no woman is ready for Asuka. No one, Gorilla Monsoon, is ready for Asuka. Well, Asuka, you beat Maurice Mazinian, which in her own right is a former two-time Women's World Heavyweight Fighter in WWE in her first run. At the end of the day, yes, you are the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter, but Asuka, when you no longer giving any on-look to anyone, no one's going to give you on-look. And I'd watch out, because Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair both say they're coming for you. I say bring it on, because I beat Charlotte Flair at least 2 times to make up. Beat her once to make up for her beating me 2 times in the past. And Bianca Belair, she may have beaten me once. Or she may have beaten me more, maybe 2 times. But I'm made up by beating her. And I tell you, none of them are ready for Asuka. I am not the same Asuka I was when they beat me back in that time. Well, that's my talk with Asuka, the Kaiserin of tomorrow. Back to you, Michael Cole. Well, thank you, Gorilla Monsoon, for talking with Asuka here today on Friday Night Smackdown. And it is all the time we got here for Friday Night Smackdown. I, Michael Cole, for Autolycus, the King of Thieves, and Wade Barrett, we hope you liked Friday Night Smackdown, and we'll see you tomorrow for Rampage or Ram Through.